It says liking Instagram pics affects your girl. Let's check it out.
You're talking about these women over sexualizing themselves. You're saying that you can't take those type of women serious. You're saying that those women are no good, and you're praising the women that actually are wholesome and don't do that on Instagram, like me, right? But then you see your man constantly liking half naked bitches on the internet. As a woman, your thought process is going to be like, he must like that. So do I need to be that? Do I need to become that? And this is me being vulnerable and being honest about how women think. Like, we can do the politically correct thing and say that you shouldn't feel that way. But at the end of the day, when you're with a man and you see what he's liking, as women, we feel like we should morph into what our man likes. As a woman, you feel like, well, damn, if he likes a bitch half naked on the internet, do I need to start dressing like that? Do I need to start looking like that? Because I look at what my man is into. Because as a woman, we're invested into our man. I look at what you like. I look at who you've been with. I look at the things that you desire. And naturally, because I want to please you, I want to become that. So a lot of women, they're with men who like all these things on Instagram and they like all this half naked shit, but they preach to you that that's not what they want in a woman. And I get it. You may not want to wife a woman, but then I feel like, am I sexually inadequate? Do you want someone more freaky? What do you want? And it makes me question me, right? And again, I could be politically correct. And if you love yourself, and you should never question yourself, do this, but I'm going to tell you what the majority of women feel. And in that space, it just makes us feel that way, no matter what. It's like, damn, this is what the nigga likes. You know what I mean? I've been with men and I've seen their exes or this, and they look like prostitutes and they look like whores. And then you're like, damn, well, does he even want me? Because I don't look like that. I'm not that type of woman. I don't have 30 million surgeries. I don't have this. I don't have that. I'm just regular. Does he even want me for real? Because this is who he's been with. Is he wants me as a wife, but he sexually desires these other women? It creates this narrative in our mind. And as a man, your job is to protect us and make us feel like we're safe and that we feel secure, because that's how, as a woman, you could be the freakiest, that you can operate from your wetness, that you can operate from like, damn, I feel safe, I feel feminine. But when we start to feel like our man wants other things, it starts to wear on us, and it makes us feel crazy, and it makes us feel inadequate in a lot of ways, because a man energy dictates the relationship. I feel like the man is the head of the household. The man is the leader. The man dictates everything that we have going on. So if you are doing that, I'm looking at you, because I watch everything that my man does, because he's who I look to.
That's what's up.
You're
Okay, so this woman right here, I don't know her name, but she started a good conversation. I think this is a good conversation to have, because a lot of women do feel like this, right? But we got to start it here. We got to lay the foundation of the conversation. First of all, what a man likes and what a man will love, or what a man will fuck versus what a man will wife, is two different things. Like, scale wise, it's here and here. Man will fuck this, but when he will wife, that's up here. Woman, that's more so of a closer thing for most women that don't have a lot of damage. Usually the guy that they would have sex with is near or around the same guy that they would want to marry. Generally, right? Generally. So we're going to start the conversation off by saying that. Now, her saying, in saying that, what I just said is to say that when a guy is on the internet scrolling, see something he likes, and he decides to like a picture. Now, for some guys, that might be him sending out a signal. Me, I understand that it does affect you, when you affect your woman when you have a girlfriend and she does see something like that. Like, first thing she says is, oh, he's sending out a signal, he likes that woman. A lot of times, men, we're so simple creatures. Our mind isn't wrapped around the fact of thinking about, at least for a masculine man, we're not thinking about our actions or how they're going to affect the people around, especially when it's doing like big stuff. Yeah. But when it's just over on their phone and scrolling, like, oh, that's a nice picture. Yeah. Her butt might be showing. Yeah. She might be in bikini or this, that, and the third, but it's just a nice picture. We like it. And yeah, we may be sexually attracted to that. Now, I think where women who have long-term successful relationships and women that don't, the difference is those women that usually have longer successful relationships, they try to understand, at least try to understand male's nature. And one thing about men is that, yes, as one woman, you're never going to be enough for that man. That's just what it is. If he's masculine, if he's strong, if he's successful, he's gonna have the same thing, the same energy that rages him to be successful and wants to compete in life and become the best version of himself. That same type of energy wants to fuck as many women as possible. Now that's the reality of it, and that's the nature of it. But we are humans. We are able to override our nature in many aspects. So men who are disciplined understand that it might not be best for me to just be out here recklessly slinging dick, fucking any bitch I want, right? That might not be the best for me. That might not be the best path for me. It's going to create chaos in my life. I'm going to have a bunch of baby mamas, STDs, all type of things running rampant. So when a guy knows that, he forgoes that nature and decides like, okay, that doesn't mean those urges. That doesn't mean he doesn't look at a woman and see them to be attractive. So regardless of if he's liking the picture or not, he's seeing other women and finding them attractive. It's the fact that when it gets into y'all mind as woman and y'all see it and y'all feel maybe some inadequacy or some embarrassment or whatever, that's what affects y'all. And to that, really, that's a y'all problem. Like, there are women who understand that, yeah, my man's a man. He's going to appreciate a fat ass. He's going to appreciate some nice TNA. He's going to appreciate those things. That doesn't mean he's going to step out, but for a woman that do try to understand that part of their male's nature and whether they work through that, however they work through that as a couple, to each their own, those women usually have longer relationships, because there's a lot of guys that feel this way or want to like a picture and they just feel like they are in a jail cell and they got to listen to their woman because happy wife, happy life. And if she's mad, everything's fucked up, right? So that's the reality of the situation. I do think it's something to be conscious of as a man in a relationship, how you do things on social media, how it affects your woman. But also at the same token, as a man, if what you're doing, if you feel like it's purposeful, if you feel like it's going to affect your life in the right way, you can't care about how anybody feels about what you're doing, right? But when it comes down to this, the liking picture, I don't know. It's all new age things. Like our grandparents, they didn't have to worry about their significant other liking a picture or doing all this stuff. So this is all new age stuff. Like I said, we got access to the internet, but what they did have to worry about is our grandparents having those magazines or going to catch that little picture show or whatever they was doing, right? They had to worry about that stuff, but it was also a lot easier to hide your dirt if you was doing dirt back then. I don't know. Like I said, women are going to continue to feel the way they feel, but I will say it will help y'all to the ones that want relationships. And it like, to me, it's like, okay, you're going to break up with your guy, or you're going to say you feel unsafe. He does all this stuff. He protects the house. He provides for you. I mean, you don't feel like you're missing out on anything, and you're going to create a whole thing over a picture. I don't know. Something that, I mean, you got with the man because other women wanted him. You know what I'm saying? Like, women don't like guys that don't get women. But I do think high value, like masculine guys, like, we shouldn't be just liking any woman pictures. I feel like you're giving away your energy at the same time, but to each his own. A lot of the most high value guys, they got women in their lives, and those women are living such great lives that they don't care what a guy is doing on the internet. It makes no difference to them. But you know, a lot of these modern women, these new age women, they feel the way they feel, and I can't say their feelings are invalid. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. But if they got to look at the results that they're getting in life, because if you're going to leave every guy because he liked another girl picture, or you're going to start feeling inadequate or saying he doing all these different things wrong because of that, and creating all these situations, when in reality, y'all were fine. Y'all were good. Y'all both having a great relationship. Then you got to start looking at yourself, and maybe you're the problem. That's just my opinion on it, though. You know, y'all let me know what y'all think about that.